Hello again, sports fans. This is Jerry Steele. I'm reporting from the Civic Sport Palace, where we're about to witness the most spectacular fight of the century. The champion Superargo, undefeated holder of the world title, against El Tigre, the challenger. Neither the challenger nor the champion have ever been defeated in their long careers. El Tigre has 73 wins to his credit, and almost all of them under the limit.
Has it begun yet?
Just starting.
Superargo has achieved the exceptional record of 123 successive victories, and a further one tonight against El Tigre will make this mysterious masked figure one of the greatest fighters the world has ever known.
El Tigre isn't anybody's fool. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins in 2 falls straight. All those other fights are fixed. I read in the paper the other day they're supposed to be good friends.
I don't believe that. And I sure don't believe that this Superargo is superhuman either. The whole thing's a publicity stunt, you know. Like, for example, his keeping his face masked and everything.
Maybe his face is disfigured. How do you know?
It's a smart move, whatever his reason. Everyone's so curious to know what he's hiding that they always watch all his fights.
Ceremony.
Good evening, everyone. It is with considerable pleasure that I present the most stupendous and unique event of the season, El Tigre, the greatest phenomenon of the present day, is challenging the champion of the world, Superargo. Attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. I now give you El Tigre, weighing 220 pounds, 12 ounces. And in the far corner, Superargo.
In these first few seconds of the first fall, Superargo seems a little off his form. Maybe he's trying to size up his opponent. Or maybe the tremendous aggressiveness of El Tigre has taken the champion by surprise. El Tigre is definitely getting the best of Superargo. It looks as if the champion may not stay the limit. Can this be the end of the unbeatable masked marvel? El Tigre is almost finished. Superargo's demolishing him.
Why do you go on torturing yourself like this? There's no reason for you to feel guilty. You always fought according to the rules.
I didn't realize the force I was using. I feel like a killer.
That kind of accident could happen to anyone.
I'm afraid of myself. Afraid of the strength in my hands. Afraid that I can't keep it under control. And he was my friend. That fight will always haunt me. I don't think I can ever face the ring again.
I don't understand.
I mean, I'm fed up with this life. I want to show my face in public, like everyone else.
That's a decision you'll have to make by yourself, you know. But why not speak to your friend Kenton? I'm sure it might help you. You were in the war together. And besides, Kenton has always been grateful to you.
Just because I saved his life is no reason to run to him every time I'm in trouble. No, I have to make my decision alone.
Give the order to attack.
Prepare to attack. Prepare to attack.
They'll ram us, this
Anti-propeller ray in action.
What's going on? Up with your hands.
Why have they stopped the engine? Look, they're surrounding us.
Hands up, all of you. Get back there. Go on. Get back.
Keep back. Don't try anything.
No false moves now. That includes you. Hurry up. Get to work. Careful. Handle it gently. Steady there. Careful. Hurry up.
We're under attack. 5 white motorboats led by a stranger. Get in there. Go on. Come on, you. Hurry.
Base calling Nike 1. Base calling Nike 1.
There must be a way to help him. I tried to make him come to you, only he just wouldn't hear of it. I think he feels some sort of inferiority about you. I've never really been able to explain it.
He's more sensitive than you'd think. I was his commander during the war, and except for you, I'm the only one who knows his true identity. That's the real reason I've always been willing to give him all the advice and assistance I can.
Everything would be all right if he'd stop worrying. And there's nobody except you who might...
Excuse me. Kenton here. What boat? They got away? When did it happen? All right. I'll call you back in a few minutes. And notify all section heads there's a special meeting. In 45 minutes. Life's always full of unexpected surprises. This may solve your problem. Tell Superargo I want to see him. Immediately. You can say that I'm going to ask for his help. That I'm not speaking only as a friend, but as the head of the Secret Service.
Oh, Colonel Kenton, I'm so glad.
Apparently, I failed to convince you. You still feel guilty.
How else should I feel?
Suppose that I give you an opportunity to make up for it. That I offer you a genuine possibility to regain your feeling of self-respect and a sense of being useful.
How?
If you want to give up your professional career, the law could use someone with your extraordinary qualities. We need you, Superargo.
You mean you want to turn me into a secret agent?
I've submitted your name to the chiefs of the Allied Counter-Espionage Command for an important mission. I'll always remember your astonishing performance in the war. There's only one man like you, Superargo. The council's meeting in there. I'm sure you don't want to keep them waiting.
Lead the way.
Yes, I've already had the report. Yes, I thought so. Send me copies of the photographs as soon as you have them ready. All right, goodbye.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Won't you sit down?
I'd like to introduce you all to the man I believe is the only one who can help us. I've told you about him, but I think that actions speak louder than words.
I'm afraid Colonel Kenton has a weakness for surprise attacks, right?
I'm sorry if I startled anyone. Now, I'd like to ask you all to step into our laboratory to see some very interesting experiments. I've persuaded Superargo to put his extraordinary abilities at our service. Naturally, assuming that you all agree with the idea. The somatic configuration of Superargo's organism is identical to that of any normal human. But his metaphysical equilibrium is so perfectly balanced that it gives him superhuman resistance. when subjected to intense physical exertion, his blood pressure and heartbeat show no alteration whatsoever.
How long can he remain without air?
Superargo can easily hold his breath for at least 7 minutes. The cubic capacity of his lungs is so enormous that he's able to dive without equipment to a depth of 300 feet. A few minutes ago, you all saw me plunge a dagger into Superargo's arm without leaving any wound. You may well have wondered why.
It's impossible.
I'll explain this incredible phenomenon. As you see, his blood coagulates almost immediately. Please lower the temperature. All right, turn on the fans. Freezing wind, velocity force 3.
I'm beginning to agree with you, Kenton. This may be the man for us.
Doctor, do you recommend that Superargo attempt the experiment with electricity?
You'll have to decide for yourselves. I can't accept the responsibility.
I think they should know my weaknesses, too.
Well, if you're sure you want to try.
Over here.
I'm ready.
Stop it, you may kill him.
Electricity is his only weak point. It causes him extraordinary pain, even though there's no possibility whatsoever of his being electrocuted. The robbery this morning was the third case of that kind of crime in the past month. The other times, the ships were attacked at night by a mysterious black submarine. Because of this, the ship was ordered to travel only during the day.
What kind of cargo is she carrying?
Uranium and mercury.
And the others?
Always the same cargo, mercury and uranium.
I'll show you the precise point where the ship was attacked this morning.
Was there anything unusual about these attacks?
The really amazing thing was the way the attackers disappeared afterwards. Even though the Coast Guard arrived on the scene immediately, there was no trace of them for 100 miles. Oh, and the commander of the operation is always the same person, and he's always accompanied by a red-haired girl.
Are any world powers short of uranium?
No, they're not. That's the important point. We think these robberies are almost certainly non-political.
So where the combined forces of 5 nations have failed, maybe a single man can succeed. People always notice the big things, but often overlook the smaller ones.
Exactly. Here are your instructions with a rundown of the details. It's going to be a tough job. Good luck, Superargo. Here, we can provide you with everything you need for attack or self-defense. You've got a new suit, just like your own, except for one thing. We've treated it with a new plastic so that it's actually bulletproof. Here, this way, please.
My compliments to your tailor. It's a perfect fit. It's a good thing I'm not wearing my old suit. By this time, you'll be looking for a new agent.
Don't worry. Those bullets are only .45 caliber. You're going to be provided with a similar gun, to say nothing of an armored car. Huh. I forgot something.
What are they, cough drops?
They could be useful. Read the instructions.
She's all ready, Colonel Kenton.
Thanks. How do you like your new car? You have audio-visual equipment, so we can remain in contact at all times. And this innocent-looking little brooch is much more valuable than you may think, since it contains a miniature television transmitter. So you can keep in touch with anyone you want to.
I can think of a lot of things that could be used for. Well, you've even thought of my vacation. You know I love swimming.
I'm afraid this boat wasn't exactly designed for a pleasure cruise.
What a pleasant surprise. Where's the martini?
Don't eat it. That olive cost $1,000.
Another infernal machine? What is it this time?
Nothing infernal. Just a miniature Geiger counter and transmitter. These are specially designed to help you with your investigation.
You mean they're sensitive to the presence of uranium?
Mm-hmm. Even if they're immersed in liquid, these olives will detect and signal the presence of uranium within hundreds of yards.
Very impressive.
Yes, they are. And this is the electronic accumulator to receive and interpret transmissions from the olives. You'll be given complete operating instructions here in the department before you leave on your mission.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Ken promised me a surprise, but a piano is the last thing I thought of.
Oh, Superargo, it's beautiful. Now I'll be able to play a little music when I'm alone.
Congratulations, miss. We didn't know you could play so well. In addition to the transmitter, which will enable you to send and receive messages from Superargo at any time just by pressing this button, we also installed a mechanical piano player. But I see it won't be necessary.
These mysterious robberies must be part of some overall plan.
If we knew what the plan was, we'd know where to begin our investigation.
There's something very interesting I want to show you. This island was discovered by one of our reconnaissance flights a few days ago, over 30 miles from the coast, which means it's outside our territorial waters.
Is it in the area where the ambushes took place?
That's right. And another thing. It's the only piece of land within 100 miles of the point where the last robbery took place. But, unfortunately, further investigation produced absolutely no results. The whole island's deserted. There's no trace of a landing stage or harbor of any type.
We don't have to worry about him anymore. He must have broken his neck.
Don't kid yourself. He's no ordinary man. Come on, we gotta go down there and make sure he's really dead.
No heartbeat. He must be dead.
Then the job's done, and we can leave. But first, we gotta go and fix up everything so it looks like he was really killed in an automobile accident, understand?
Yes. I didn't expect to hear from you so soon.
I was attacked by a gang of armed men. I had to jump off a bridge. They think I'm dead.
I don't understand.
I took a pill that Kenton gave me. It stops the heartbeat. Now, you telephone him and explain what happened. Only say that he mustn't tell anyone. I can work better that way. There must be a traitor in the Secret Service. He'll have to find out who it is. I have my mission to complete.
I told you not to disturb us. The police? Put them on. Hello? I see. Yes. I'm sure. Immediately. Yes, it's terrible. I'll break the news to the poor girl. Gentlemen, I've just had some very bad news. A few hours ago, our friend Superargo was the victim of a fatal traffic accident.
The gravity of the situation gives us no time to mourn our friend. We must go on by ourselves until the gang is apprehended and the mission is completed. Meeting is adjourned till Monday.
Control temperature of cooling rods.
Temperature okay. Control atomic particle analyzer.
Filaments clean, no deposit.
Vapor density reading?
Tolerance level in sectors 1, 2, 3, 4. Section 5 diminishing.
Bypass circuit open.
Freezing condensation. Bypass exit.
Increased temperature de-icing rate.
Okay. Pressure is stabilized.
Thank you, gentlemen. My dear, in a few days, our reserves will have reached the necessary level. Satisfied? They've sent us a Martian. Our guest is trapped. Open the gas. Now we'd see what he was looking for. Have him brought here.
Turn on the suction valves and bring him to the control room.
I wonder why he's wearing this mask. Anyway, he learned the danger of being curious. The oxygen. I still don't understand the reason for the mask.
He's probably afraid.
Put it back on his face. That way we won't have to watch him as he dies.
Just a minute, mister. I didn't do anything wrong. I was having a swim when I saw the entrance to the tunnel. I was curious to see where it led, so I came in for a look around.
Who are you working for?
What do you mean? I'm not working.
No one goes around with a mask just for fun.
It's my costume for fighting. You have heard of Superargo, I suppose.
You are an imposter. Whom are you trying to fool? Superargo's dead. My men saw to that.
You're a very lucky man, then.
What do you mean?
To succeed in eliminating Superargo, you'd need a miracle. If I were you, I'd check my source of information.
All right. I'll do just that. And while we are waiting for the report of your exact identity, we'll do a little experiment to see if your courage is as great as your curiosity.
One thing before you experiment. If I've got to die simply because I've been curious, you might tell me who you are, at least.
You are right. To my friends, I'm known as Diabolikus. I will be remembered for having solved a certain problem. I'll tell you the whole story because you won't ever leave this place alive.
In that case, I hope the story's long and interesting.
For centuries, alchemists have searched for the Philosopher's Stone to turn base metals into gold.
Don't tell me you've actually found it.
Exactly. A special process of mine, based on atomic power, changes mercury into an isotope of gold. And from this I obtain a metal which has the same physical characteristics.
Nothing. No reply yet. He's been gone over 10 hours now. Something's wrong, I know.
He's probably following an interesting lead, and he'll communicate when he has something to tell us.
You're trying to be kind, aren't you? But I'm sure you're as upset as I am about this after everything that's happened.
He can look after himself. Anyway, you know the old saying, no news is good news. Be sure to telephone me as soon as you manage to contact him. Don't worry.
So you're just a slave to riches?
I don't want to become rich. That's not my intention. I want to produce so much gold that I'll be able to flood the world market. And then I shall simply inform the world powers that if they want to avoid economic chaos, they'll have to obey my orders.
You're crazy.
How dare you speak like that? Don't you realize you're in the presence of the future ruler of the universe? Now humanity will have to return to a primitive tribal society, and everybody will kneel at the feet of Diabolikus. He will make new laws and a new religion based on the revelations of science. We're at the dawn of a new era for civilization.
Well, that's an ambitious program, but I'm afraid it's a little old-fashioned. In any case, the world powers will probably drop a bomb on your little gold factory, and you'll be the first victim of your own plan.
Long before your so-called world powers hear of this, it'll already be too late. Now let's see, if you are Superargo, I know all about you. Who sent you, everything. If you're not Superargo, I want to know who sent you.
This board is hard. Fine way to treat your guests.
Now we'll get on with our experiments. All right.
Very curious. He must have an unusually high threshold of resistance to pain. Perhaps he really is Superargo.
Superargo or not, we'd better talk.
Even if he isn't with the Secret Service, I'd like to know how he got so much information. He obviously knew a great deal about the island.
They may think we don't know that the real Superargo's dead. So they have sent this one. Or maybe, as you say, someone else sent him. Just to be on the safe side, step up production, give the orders. I'll join you in a minute.
But what are you planning to do with your little friend on the slab?
Take him to the hibernation cell. We'll brainwash him in an hour. Make sure the levels are correct. I want him alive.
Temperature 30 below, time 40 minutes. With the physique he's got, I don't think that'll be too much for him.
If he dies, we can chop him up and use him for ice cubes. At that temperature, it'll take him days to thaw out.
Control 6.
Tell our information center that we have a person here who says he's Superargo. It's clear that he's not. But we must find out who's interested in our work apart from the Secret Services.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Control 21.
Over.
Control 22.
Over.
Control 23.
Over.
Control 24.
Over.
We're maintaining maximum reactor level, but the temperature of the cooling rods is inconstant.
Give me diagrams showing the movements of the alpha and beta particles. Good. We can go even faster.
In a few more hours, the production cycle will be over. Whatever game that imposter is playing, it's too late for him to do anything to interfere with us now.
If he's just an intruder, we'll keep him as our slave. He may lack Superargo's unusual talents, but he's built on the same lines. That could be why they picked him.
Sorry we gotta wake you up, but we need some information.
It won't take long. Everything's already in the operating room.
Talk about a dead weight.
He ain't dead yet, but it soon will be.
shoot, you fool. If you puncture one of the mercury vapor tubes, you'll be poisoned.
This is Sector 5. That prisoner got loose and broke 2 of the mercury tubes.
Close all the dampers, you idiot. What are you waiting for?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
That madman is destroying everything. How did he escape? Have a look at the hibernation cell. Hello? Hello? I'm afraid our visitor must be the real Superargo.
The mercury circulation system is down 3 atmospheres in pressure.
Slow down the reactor. I'm going to have a look.
We've lost track of him. He's disappeared.
Calm down. He can't have got far. Take charge of the external guard and search the rocks. Submarine guard. Keep watch on the exits. Man the machine gun post and shoot him down the minute he appears. He probably has a boat out there.
Should we use the searchlights?
Only if necessary, but try to avoid them. Make sure the exits are covered. External and submarine guards action stations. Attention up there. He's heading for the grotto. Stop him.
Thanks for the information.
What are you waiting for? Hurry!
Firing and return to your posts.
Get Conrad on the monitor.
This is Conrad here. What is it? I'm transmitting on telex.
I don't care what you're doing, you idiot. Superargo's alive.
Impossible. Absolutely impossible.
Don't argue with me. He's eliminated 20 men. If he manages to get to Kenton, we are through. You've got 6 hours to stop him, and if you don't, you'll pay for it.
All right. I'm sure I can fix Superargo.
They're trying to force the door open.
They want to kidnap you.
I must say you don't seem very upset by the idea.
It's better for you to be prepared for what will happen. Pretend to be surprised and frightened. They have to think that they've succeeded completely. I'm nearby, and I'll follow them to see where they take you.
Hands up, beautiful, and don't try anything funny.
Get in there. Hurry up. You won't get hurt if you behave yourself.
You weren't expecting our visit, were you? And this is just the beginning. All right, let's go. I think that car back there is following us.
That's impossible. No one even saw us.
Oh, yeah? Turn right at the next corner and see if they keep on our tail. There's no mistake about it.
It could be the police. Get going. Can't this thing go any faster?
Calling Conrad. Calling Conrad. Come in.
Conrad here. What is it? Over to you.
Listen, boss, we're being followed by a police patrol car. What should we do about it?
I don't think it's a police car at all. I think it's far worse. Put in action emergency plan number 4 and keep in touch with us by radio.
Where are we now? First right, second left, and move it.
Still hanging on.
Go faster. We gotta lose that car. Out you get, baby.
Let go of me.
Where did they go?
There's no one but me here. I didn't see anybody.
If you don't talk, I'll
Let
squash
me
one of
go.
your worms.
They went out that door at the back of the garage.
Where does it lead?
Please, I don't... there's a small tunnel that passes under the street to the river where they have a motor launch.
Can't you reach them?
No, the transmitting apparatus is functioning correctly, only there isn't any reply.
Maybe the boat was sunk.
Or abandoned, which means, no doubt, that they've been killed.
Superargo.
Emergency number 1. Emergency number 1.
Kenton here. What is it?
This is Superargo. I must speak to you at once.
All right. I'll be waiting for you in my office.
Okay, over and out.
Land squad calling. Land squad calling. Emergency plan number 4 carried out. I think that Superargo has learned his lesson.
Message received. Come out to the island at once.
Okay. Your great hero has failed this time. You better start praying.
No, Kenton. Now that they've captured Lydia, I must work alone. Her life would be endangered by a full-scale military attack. I have to return to the island now without her.
I agree with you. I'll have you dropped over the island at sundown. But at midnight, the armed forces move in. To pick you up if you're successful. And to avenge your death if you're not. It's also possible that we may have to bomb the island. So to be safe, you should get out before midnight. We'll show no mercy.
It's okay by me.
As for the traitor, we'll take care of him. All 5 chiefs of the International Secret Service are being followed. The guilty one will pay. I have every confidence in you, but don't forget, midnight precisely.
I'll remember.
Bring the girl here at once. It's the only way to stop that madman. Superargo, listen to me. The moment has come to put our cards on the table. I want to make an offer. Come and work for me. Help me to finish my project. We'll rule the world. With my brains and your strength, we'll create the civilization of the future.
You keep on playing that tune, only it isn't the right one. You must be crazy if you think I'd accept that proposal.
Be very careful, Superargo. If you refuse, you'll pay for it with your life. You are alone, and this island is impregnable. If we are attacked, I'll blow up the whole nuclear plant. But my men and me will be safe. You see, I thought of everything.
I'm sure you'll take care of your little family.
I'll make you forget your sarcasm. In a moment, I'm going to let you see a demonstration which will no doubt help you to change your mind.
So that's who the traitor is. I suppose you arranged the kidnapping.
Give yourself up within 1 minute, or the tabletop will become white hot, and you'll be able to watch every detail on the screen. Look, 60 seconds from now, your girlfriend will be a human torch. If that's what you want, the choice is yours.
All right, I'm willing to accept your offer.
Then throw down your gun.
No, my friend. If I trust you, you have to trust me.
As you wish. You asked for it.
Please, stop it. I can't stand it.
You wait here.
We can use the rocket to escape and start over again someplace else.
Before we go, I'll blow up the island. I have the explosion all prepared. I only need 5 minutes to get the rocket ready and start the countdown. Here. You get all the data and documents from the safe, and then meet me on the platform. Should anything go wrong, you must continue my work. I have confidence in you. That's why I'm willing to trust you with documents of tremendous importance. Go on, hurry.
We have to hurry, Lydia. At midnight, the armed forces will most likely begin bombing the island.
Is everything ready for the flight?
Yes, all we have to do is delay Superargo.
Are you quite certain that the rocket will function?
Absolutely. I already started the countdown. Got the documents?
Yes, of course I have them. And I intend to keep them, too. Hands up.
Are you crazy? Put that gun down.
I had to wait a long time to get my hands on these precious documents, Diabolikus. That's the reason I was sent here. No, don't move! There's only room for one person in the escape rocket. I know you intended to take your papers instead of me. I'm sorry to have spoiled your little plan. Now get moving. Open the tunnel doors. That's the only thing you have to do.
What are you going to do? Listen to me.
I haven't any more time to waste. Get those doors open or I'll shoot. Hurry. I said hurry.
In 3 minutes, I'll be far away from here, and all of you will be blown sky high. A worthy farewell for me.
Don't touch me! Come on, let's get out of here before it's too late. Get away from the island. It's going to blow up any minute. What's that up there? Out to the launch, hurry. I'll join you later. I have a score to settle.
Your mission is over. Now you can take off the mask, can't he?
Of course he can. At least until the next time. Let's go.